Good morning, everybody. Have to excuse me. I'm getting over the flu, which was not good. So, Good Land Fest turned out incredible. We went from there directly to New Orleans. Well, actually, I stayed for about 3 or 4 days cleaning up with a couple of the guys. Oh, homemade everything. What's up, man? Old school repair shops here. You were close, brother. That's awesome. Building with Brian. Good morning, brother. Just getting over the flu. Like my voice is terrible. So the Good Land Fest, that was a huge build-up and preparing everything. Luckily, we had some great help out there. Stephen Cox came out to help out, um, as well as BS Small Engines, which is actually B Small Engines, but now he's just gonna have to change his name to BS Small Engines. Cutting Tool Designer, what's up, brother? We got everything set up. Rogers Fix It Barn as well. He was just instrumental in helping us all out. Even brought some extra chairs out to the event, which is fantastic, man. I couldn't have done it without those guys. Anyway, and then the fest, it went off without a hitch. Everything was pretty awesome. Anything that happened at the fest that was, something, things always go wrong at these type of events. It was immediately handled and with a pretty like precise abilities, and I don't know, man, it was just great. I was really, really happy with the turnout. I think everybody had a really good time, and it was a lot of work for Amy and I to do for the build up, and we everyone liked it so much that next year we've got a lot more people that are willing to help. And that's a super good thing because this took us about 6 months to build and it was just crazy. But so after the fest, I stayed there. We did clean up the same group of guys. Just awesome, man. They just showed up and worked. And so huge shout out to those guys because, it was. It was just a lot of stuff had to go back into places, and I mean you can imagine it was quite a lot of work. I will say this to every person that attended that festival: you are a different breed of people. It was at the tractor show that was just like a month before that. The grounds looked like a tornado went off. These are just people that come in and they just kind of like eat their popcorn and maybe open a candy wrapper and drop it on the ground. There was none of that there. Like when I was done, I went around and I had the stick with the poker on it and I was trying to clean up trash. I got a little tiny bitty container this big with trash in it. That's all I could find. A lot of that has to do with you all, and a lot of it has to do with Stephen Cox's sons. These boys were incredible. They were cleaning the bathrooms the day of the event. They were walking around picking up little pieces of trash. Not that there was much. Everyone, threw it in the garbage, but some of that blows back out. And they kept it like super clean. They were so helpful, man. He's such a great father, and I'm really, really excited. And so I got those boys a little present when we were in New Orleans. So they're gonna. I can't say because they may watch this. And so, anyway. Um, just giving you a little bit of a heads up uh that yeah, I'm sorry, I'm still I'm still floating and I'm reading comments. The Dog Father Barbecue, yes, brother, nothing but fantastic people out there. So guys, right there it says Dog Father Barbecue. I'm going to add him as a moderator right now, and add moderator. Okay, now he's got the blue wrench. He can post. So post a link to your channel for me if you don't mind, brother. For those of you that were there for day 2 and got to try Alton's barbecue, oh my God, these guys are voodoo magicians when it comes to meat. So I've been using my smoker for a very long time, and I've been following all the barbecue rules, and I can tell you this: I can't turn out barbecue like they do. I think I thought I made a good brisket. I swear to God, this was the best piece of brisket I've ever had in my life. So you guys got to go over and check out their videos. I'm not sure if the Dogfather has one yet, up yet, or if he's going to be posting one. And the reason is, guys, we are all so busy at the festival that it's hard for us to get videos out. So I still don't have a video out yet because there's so much work that goes into it that I'm actually borrowing video from other YouTubers, and I'm going to put kind of a conglomerate video together. And but one thing I did do is I watched these guys and I recorded these guys as they were seasoning up the ribs, and they took these St. Louis style ribs and turned them into just pure gold. It was the best ribs I've ever had too. I mean, it was fantastic. So a lot of you guys that were there and got to enjoy that on the second day. Man, it was incredible. So we sold, I think, like 50 or 60 VIP tickets, and we kept those numbers low strategically for a reason. We wanted it to feel smaller the second day and more tight knit, to where you could just walk around and talk to any YouTuber you want. And so everybody had an opportunity to do so. So much so that that doesn't take as long as you would think. You're having a conversation with 30 people and everyone got to do it. So next year, we're definitely going to be offering more VIP tickets, and golden tickets is what we call them. And so, we just have to cook a little bit more of that incredible barbecue and stuff like that. But Roger Fix-It Barn, I have to make you a moderator as well, Roger. Okay, so Roger, you are now a moderator on the site. So Roger's Fix-It Barn, another guy that was instrumental in making this thing happen. Like, he just got a hold of me. He said, "Hey, I'm down in that area. I'd love to help out if I can." And he's just he's that real guy that does. He's just he's just a hardworking individual, and he's smart, and he knows how to do all the different things. It was a perfect plug-in. He's a machinist. He's a tinkerer. He's a mechanic. He's a farmer. Raises his own cattle, and he's just a perfect guy that fits right in with the every aspect of, like, kind of, I don't know. It's like he's just perfect for it. So anyway, he helped out quite a bit, which was just awesome. Um, let's see. So after the fest, and we'll get back to talking about the fest in a little bit. After the fest, Amy and I, well, we cleaned up, took 3 or 4 days, and then straight to New Orleans. Like, I came in, I fell asleep, I woke up, got in my truck, drove to New Orleans, and then we got hitched the next day. So it was a pretty quick thing. Super excited. And show you my little wedding band right here, if you can see that. You guys know my ground pattern that I have. I was planning on building this. Breaks my heart that I wasn't able to build it, but I'm starting to love it. Anyway, we were able to find one that had the exact same pattern that I put on my axes, and it's Damascus as well. Now, you're not going to be able to see that, but we'll post some photos as soon as we get them on Instagram, so for you guys over there following it. So anyway, pretty happy with this ring. Not near as happy as I am with finally being married to Amy. Like, she's incredible. I love this woman, and yeah, it's just it's awesome. So the wedding was cool. Unfortunately, my niece showed up with the flu, and it got both of us sick. And I think we would have been okay, but we were both pretty run down from, one, it's New Orleans, so you're going to go out and you're going to have a good time. We never got, um, you know, like, we're adults, so we were in bed by, like, I think the latest night out was like 11:30, 12 o'clock. And the only reason we were out that late is because we had a photographer following us, and we were down in New Orleans in our wedding gear. It was pretty cool. Very unique, and I'll share some of those photos with you guys as well when they come up. So, but yeah, super excited about that. And then, we got sick as soon as we got back. So I have not done anything, and I was really sick, so I haven't done anything. This is the first, like, I've tried to, like, curate some of the videos from the event, and I've got like a couple hundred gigs that I have to go through, and because I want you guys to get a real feeling of what it was like there for those that didn't show up. But it was just a ton of fun. Then I got a call. So a lot of you don't know about this yet, but I just finished, I guess, a month ago, shooting 6 episodes for the History Channel's show, the Science Channel show, What on Earth. And so, as kind of a historian, like, I don't know how many of you know how much I love history, but I'm a huge fan, and I do a lot of research on history. I listen to historical podcasts all the time when I'm working, and whenever I can read, I'll do that. I just all aspects, like, ancient civilizations is one of my favorite things, but I'm also deeply into, like, the conflicts and what led up to, like, World War I and World War II. I highly suggest a podcast for you guys that are also into history that will change your life. It's incredible. It's called Hardcore History with Dan Carlin. You'll love it. Like, so if you work in any sort of industry, like, you're a mechanic, body guy, that kind of thing, or a framer, someone that's working on a house or whatever, and you can listen to music while you work, these podcasts are long form. So we're talking, like, some of them are in the neighborhood of 5 hours and 6 parts. So it's like five hours. Each part is 5 hours, and it's just incredible information. I've listened to most of these like at least 3 times. So just a lot. Dan Carlin is an incredible historian. So anyway, so I did those 6 episodes, and I think those will be airing next year. I think it's season 5 or 6. I'm not sure of that show. And we've been working on a couple other program ideas because the channel they kind of liked me as a host, and so they approached me about potentially doing this one show about kind of historical mysteries and stuff and breaking in. So um, anyway, I'm just doing some light shoot stuff right now. Entry. This is not these television shows. Nine times out of 10 they go nowhere. But anyway, I'll be flying to Ireland on Saturday, so I wanted to tell any of you. I know there are a lot of people here from Ireland or from England or anywhere in that general region. I will be there for 4 days next week, and it's possible. We're still floating. Like there's a lot of paperwork that has to be done and stuff like that as far as traveling, but it's probably next weekend. So I'll keep you guys posted on that, and I'll also post it on my Instagram so that I can meet up with some of the guys over there that watch the channel from Ireland. I think that'd be really cool. So anyway, so that's a lot of fun. We'll see what happens there, and yeah. So today, I'm in the process of getting set up for another collaboration that I'm doing. Gosh, there's just so much stuff. Morgan, this gentleman who is an X Games 2018 X Games BMX champion, he won, I think it was second place in the freestyle big ramp competition. So the dude just like, he does all this in the middle of the air. It's freaking awesome. Him and Chris Rollins, YouTuber, they're going to be dropping off a bike, and it is his game-winning, silver medal-winning BMX bike. And let me see here. And this just came up. So this came up with me and Chris just brainstorming about what kind of cool videos we can do because I really like his style. He has that kind of King of Random feel, but backyard scientist style thing where they do really cool, really crazy videos. If you didn't see his video, man, if someone could link that up, it's Chris Rollins, and we took a tire in test for this to see how many RPMs we can get out of the tire, and we took it to explosion, and then the rim we got to like 480 miles an hour. But this was what it was all about. We're going to turn his BMX bike into something like this. And we're going to hook up with GoPowersports.com and build an insane motor for it. And we're going to try to break. We don't know. We don't know how fast we can get it, but the goal would be to get that bike up to like 100 miles an hour. It's going to be crazy. We got to find the right spot for it. But so that bike, that X Game winning bike, is coming to my shop today, and it's going to be fun. It's got some engineering challenges to it. I was halfway tempted to make like a sheet metal cowling for it, make it look like perhaps get it a little bit lower, maybe change the rake a little bit so that it's more stable at high speed. If we kick that rake angle out just a touch, I got to figure out the geometry of everything, but I want it to be safe. And I don't know there's so much research. It's not just going to happen overnight. And we definitely don't want to throw this guy on the bike. Plus it's also chromoly. And so I'm doing a lot of research about the best way to weld this thin walled chromoly as well. And be it TIG or MIG. And shockingly, it seems like, oddly enough, the more research I do, the more I'm leaning to MIG welding it. It's interesting, but I may make it to where you'll see that on a lot of motorcycles. They're built to where the motor and the actual engine becomes an integral part of the frame. So I may make it to where our lower tube is completely gone, and we have our top tube, and then the actual engine itself is the lower frame tube. So I don't think that'll be much of a problem. We'll see. We'll see how much weight I think it'll take. This isn't going to be jumped. It's not going to be. It's just going to be straight line road, and it'll be geared for top end power, so high end speed. And with the Go Power Sports, we're going to go with a straight up stage 5 kit. Man, this thing's going to be a monster. It's probably going to be somewhere. My guess would be we're going to be pushing 20 horsepower out of a either a Tillotson or a Predator engine. So it's going to be nuts. Just a little bitty guy. Spell his name. Having trouble finding his channel. It is Chris, Chris, Rollins, Rollins, and I may be able to post it. It's just hard for me to post and do that. So they should be coming by here in a little while. So we got a lot of stuff planned. I've got some restoration stuff coming up as well, like really cool stuff that I've been wanting to get. I got a backlog of really cool tools that I want to restore. So we'll see. Okay, there you go, guys. There's a link to Chris's channel, and thank you very much, brother. Appreciate that. And there it is. All right. What do I think of the 9-pound anvil? Space Lord, what 9-pound anvil? Is that the one that was done at the festival? I think if that's the one you're talking about, I think it weighs more than 9 pounds. It is absolutely incredibly gorgeous. It's actually in my truck right now. Now, if for those of you that don't know, we had Clark Easterling from he just does an incredible job at metal casting, right? So we were going to cast an anvil with the GL logo, and I think we're going to make a few of them, but one of them was going to be given away. So we ended up only being able to give away a couple small anvils, and Andrew from Blacksmith Tools saved our butt. We got one pour out of the big anvil, and it came out great. It came out perfect. So, and he has the original antique anvil. God, my brain is still not working. Pattern, and we were able to use that pattern. Now these patterns are rare, right? And this is an actual antique anvil pattern. He let us use it, and what we're going to do is in his anvil room, he's going to showcase this anvil cast next to that particular anvil, and it's incredible. Even the little tiny marks that I wouldn't have thought they would have showed up, they did, and it turned out incredible. So, okay, Matt Peterson. Matt, send me an email, brother, because it sounds like you got. Yeah, and I think the sports bike geometry, I think, is what's going to work for us. Okay, so Matt, thegoodland22@gmail.com. Once in living, what's up, brother? There's another guy that was instrumental at the festival for helping us out, man. It was just like incredible having you guys around. You just anything we needed, and that you were on it. And so thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Oh, the anvil I'm talking about is Home Depot or Harbor Freight. So Space Lord, here's what I'm saying. Don't do that at all. Go in every town. There is a steel recycling place. Not every town, but in most, that will allow you to go in and pick their lot and buy pieces of metal. And so I've been able to, for like $10, pick up 4-inch, like thick by 6-inch wide by like 14-inch pieces of metal for 20 cents a pound. Super cheap. I think I had $86, and I couldn't even carry half the stuff out. I had to get help picking these things up. So that's what you do. So the metal, even if it's mild steel, it's going to be better. Think of it like Adam Steel striking anvils, Adam Steel, the size of those. And you're talking next to nothing, man. They were just cut off pieces. They have bearings out there that are like this big around, and the steel is like this thick on the side, this big round shape. Those would be like, you could find so much stuff out there. It's just nuts. So yeah, don't buy a 9-pound anything. Don't buy a 50-pound junk anvil, cast anvil. Don't waste your money, because you can get a better piece of metal just recycled. And yeah, if in your town, go one town over. So my wife is already talking about the next Good Land Fest. So Fix It, Restore It, and Eric and I all did a restoration with Evapo-Rust. And this is what's so crazy about Evapo-Rust. So we're preparing ourselves. We're like, okay, we're going to need about an hour. We'll get this all set up. So I need to be free at this time. So we pre-dunked the night before this awesome drill press into, it was like a benchtop drill press. I've never seen anything like this. It came out of Andrew from Blacksmith Tools. It came out of his collection. We dunked that sucker. We pulled it out. We cleaned it off with a smart washer real quick. and then we disassembled it, and it just came apart super easy. It was beautiful, really, really clean. Hit it with a wire brush. We had that thing back together, the three of us, in like maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, coated it all up, all in front of like a live audience. I think the entire restoration only took us, no joke, like 30 minutes. It was the easiest restoration I'd ever done because, like, this was an old rusty turd, but they had a 60-gallon tank of Evaporust. And what made it so easy is the entire thing was submerged. So everything that was frozen and locked and nasty, it all started freeing up. And so a lot of the stuff we were able to just put some knocker loose in there and get it spinning. And I swear to God, man, you'd spin that stuff over and the chuck would just, it was so smooth and turned out really nice too. But it happened so fast. I mean, you have 3 separate YouTube restoration channels working on one project that has been entirely dunked in Evaporust. Like, it's a game changer. It's totally crazy. And I can't wait to build my Evaporust tank. I think everybody's talking about how they're going to build theirs. So, Space Lord, yes, just a hunk of steel, brother. And you can even weld it to a piece of pipe and concrete the pipe into the ground. Like, that's all you need. So anyway, yeah. He says, yeah, it was 30 minutes. That's insane. Yes, the Essential Craftsman did go to the Good Little Land Fest, and unfortunately, it's already over. But he was there, had a fantastic time, and it was the same thing like last year. He just kind of hangs out, talks to everybody, and has uh, just an incredible time. It was a blast. He actually drove our like 1940s fire truck, and we all piled onto it. All the YouTubers did, and we put him in the front seat. So it was pretty cool. We all came in that way, and it almost made it. We got like 30 yards from where we wanted to stop, and it died. So Solid Rock Machine Shop is in the house. Okay, so Solid Rock Machine Shop right here. That's another moderator. Um, so anyway, Solid Rock Machine Shop, they came out this year and they helped with so much. So it's like an entire family of like people that can just get things done and highly motivated, awesome individuals. But so they also taught a machining class, and Precision Matthews, they they sent a $4,000 mill to us at the festival that was given away. It was just crazy. It was a part of the charity raffle. So um, the mill itself was used for 2 different classes. So Blondie Hacks did like an introduction, like getting your first chips and how to set your mill up, how to use a DRO, and all that. And then Solid Rock Machine Shop came along and showed a more in-depth class, and they did like some knurling and just really pushed the limits of showing you like what can be done on a machine like this, on a benchtop mill. And frankly, we weren't sure when we set it up if it would knurl. He just thought, well, maybe we'll give it a whirl, and went into that machine because he's used to working on huge machines, and this is a benchtop. And it was quite impressive, man. It actually, I mean, it did everything that we thought we hoped it would do. It did. And a nice machine. So, and it went into the right hands. A guy with a little bit of light machining background, and it was nice that he was in Texas because he just threw it in the back of his truck and took it home. So it was pretty awesome. Can't wait to see the water pump after it gets dipped. Oh, dude, it's gonna be so sick. So what he's talking about is Homemade Everything gave me this huge water pump. Now, what it is the pump. The pump actually goes down in the ground, right? So you'll have a long sucker rod, and you'll have your pump mechanism at the bottom, and this thing takes rotational force and turns it into a vertical motion, right? And so it literally just will pull this sucker tube up and down. And I found it out in the farm and dug it out of the ground, threw it in the back of the truck, and hauled it over. And it's gorgeous. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece. So we're going to take it. We're going to dunk it in the big tank of Evaporust. It weighs like 300 pounds. It's like ridiculous. Probably 200, I would say. Huge cast piece. Just absolutely fantastic. It's going to be really fun to work on. So Rogers Fix-It Barn. I will be there next year. So, Anthony, good morning, brother. How are you? So, yeah, he says Solid Rock Machine Shop says he was pleasantly surprised by that mill. Christ Centered Ironworks, what's up, brother? So, Christ Centered Ironworks, he did. It was just so awesome to have him out teaching classes. You're going to see him. I've already seen him on like 10 videos that are out from the fest. And I don't know that I have any video of any of the blacksmithing happening because once again, I was so busy. But man, just teaching those classes. And what was awesome about it was a lot of the blacksmiths that are there follow Christ Centered Ironworks because he's been the guy that's been teaching them and instructing them throughout their early blacksmithing careers. And so those guys were able to stop and then like be taught techniques in person. So it's kind of tough when you're doing you're watching a video and you're trying to back it up and you're trying to remember what it is you're doing um, from a video, right? Whereas if he's right in front of you and you can ask him a question, it's a totally different story. And we didn't mess around. Like we would put hot metal in people's hands. We do that every year. We'll hand them the tongs and hand them the hammer. And so a lot of people actually got to forge a ton. There were so many blacksmiths out there. It was just incredible. So pretty much, I think pretty much anyone who wanted to blacksmith had an opportunity to. I was only able to blacksmith with. I finally had a minute, and it was at the end of day 2, and so I grabbed Stephen Cox's son and pulled him over, and we made a little knife together. And it was just the quickest way I could say thank you for all the hard work he did. So anyway, so yeah, awesome. It was a lot of fun, guys. Gosh, it was a lot of fun. I am I am happy to be back home. My house was like a total wreck from just like my porch has like 14 boxes of stuff on it right now. It's a tiny little porch. The entire back seat of my truck is full. I actually had to rent a storage unit down there because there was no way I was going to be able to bring everything I brought back home. And it was just nuts, man. But I will say, um, those of you that got to meet the family that is Evaporust, you understand where I'm coming from right now. These people are incredible individuals. One, they have a magic product, right? It's like ridiculous. Nothing else on the market. You can remove rust however you want. There's 100 ways to do it, um, but nothing does what it does, and that's just the facts. It's how it works. It's just incredible stuff. That's why if you're in industry, you need to be using this stuff. And if you're a hobbyist, you need to get you a little tank set up. It's going to be really cool. But anyway, so not only do they do that, but they're just like, I don't even know, man. They're just solid people. They brought cookies. I mean, it's just homemade, delicious cookies for everyone to enjoy, and it was just an incredible, incredible. It was more like it was more like hanging out with Adam Booth or hanging out with the Essential Craftsmen when they were there. They weren't. It wasn't like this crazy sponsorship feel. It was like we were with our friends, man, and they're just as excited about everything that about the fest as we were. It's like they're a huge part. So, just absolutely loved it, man. It was really, really cool. So, oh man, I wish you guys could all come next year. We're gonna get an earlier start on planning. We weren't even sure if we were gonna do it this year, and so we started about 4 months ago, and that was kind of a late start. And um, hi, Ivy's Forge. Um, so we're probably going to start planning in January this year. That gives us a long time to get everything worked out, get everything set up. We had a lot of new YouTubers come in this year that were like be a tour de force next year, man. They just kind of last minute showed up, and it was just weld.com was there teaching kids how to weld. If you have not, you need to go to weld.com's Instagram page and see the most adorable pictures you've ever seen in your life. Like children this big holding big old stingers and the hood on and the clothes and all the protective gear is so freaking awesome. And just having the most fun of their life, man. Yeah. Yeah, Redbeard knocked it out. It's just incredible, guys. And the thing is like after we do all this, I'm like, okay, let's close some doors, and then all the guys just jump on it, and and start closing doors and shutting everything down. All these YouTubers got to where they are from being type A, hardworking individuals, every single one of them, and like I, I just make more and more awesome friends And the people that were there, I've got several pictures, and I'm going back in my memory. It all happened so fast for me that it's hard, but all the different people that I've connected to and the people that I talked to at the event, there's some that they just stay in your mind forever. A few that I just can't quit thinking about. So, very, very excited. I'm very excited for next year. It's going to be awesome. So, oh. Yes, we were supposed to have, I don't know what it is with food trucks. I can tell you this. So we were supposed to have five food trucks show up, and three of them didn't show up. So about like 11 o'clock, we look out there, and the lines are just starting to get big. So we just went out, bought 200 or 300 pounds of really good sausage, and that's a lot of sausage, by the way. And we had the grill set up and everything, and so the barbecue guys helped me out, and I literally put on an apron and started. We didn't even really sell them. We figured you could get a sausage wrap, which is a nice big piece of sausage, wrapped up in a tortilla that was heated, and a bag of like kettle chips for $2. Like that's literally what it cost us to make it. So that's what we did. It was like it's, you could have 10 of them if you needed them, but they were actually really good, delicious smoked sausage. Oh my God, it was incredible. So anyway, we were freaking passing those things out like 15 minutes after the line got too big. We just started passing them out. And then the food trucks both sold out at about 2 o'clock, and it didn't matter because we had plenty of sausage on the grill, and everybody got to eat for half the price. So, it let us know that next year we're just going to be doing. And I talked to the barbecue guys, in which is Aim 'em and Claim 'em and Dogfather on here, and they both are like super excited about next year, and they did an incredible job. I mean, to cook for, I don't know, probably 250 people the second day, and then sausage wraps for like 1,000 people. It was pretty awesome. But next year, like I said, we're going to make next year bigger. So we're probably going to sell the 2 day VIP tickets. We're going to extend them out pretty good. So I think they're going to be. I don't know how many, but it just felt like we could easily have more people there the second day, and still have it. The key is personable. We want it to be a first come first serve thing, that is just gets you like more time to see and do everything. So Extreme Sandbox, God, it's taking me so long to talk about this, but Extreme Sandbox, they were there, right? And so we had these two giant ASCO excavators. And ASCO, thank you so much. But anyway, these are giant 210s. So these are like 21-ton machines, massive excavators. And I'll be putting them in my video. And when I say, I mean, these are big, big excavators. And you get about 10-minute seat time in each one. So you and your wife go up, or you and your son or your daughter go up, and you jump in there. They have these headsets on, and you're talking through. But there's only about, you get about 15 minutes is the program, and it gets you like, it literally, they're training you how to be a pretty darn good operator in about 15 minutes of being on this machine. They walk you through their process. These guys are like fantastic instructors on taking someone who's never been in anything like this before, and then like giving them the confidence to go out and rent one to do the work on their property is a brilliant idea. And it's packaged beautifully. Like, it's just plain genius. I'm really excited about it because it was absolutely one of the coolest things at the event. But you had to get up in there and sign up, and there's only at 15 minutes, 15 minutes each run, two excavators at a time. Only limited people can get to it. So most everyone with a VIP ticket held out to the second day, and they just popped right on there. It wasn't a big deal, which was pretty darn cool. So that's what the second day will be about, just to make sure that you get to talk to everyone that you got to talk to on the first day. And nobody went home the first day. Everybody stayed the second day. Everybody ate the barbecue, and freaking heavenly barbecue. And everyone blacksmith the second day, and everyone we fired up all the Lincoln welders again the second day, and it was just really, really cool. So I don't know, man. So hope all is well, and amazing content. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. I need to start putting more content out and doing less festivals. So it's pretty funny. Looking at the ring on my finger, I'm not used to it. Love the Extreme Sandbox. Been a dream since childhood. Right? I mean, it was so cool. Here and the cool thing, the other cool thing about this is Extreme Sandbox has really, really good equipment, right? Like it's top tier. They're using the latest Komatsu gear out there, and so when you go to their location, it's a complete experience. I mean, they've got massive wheel loaders. They have got the coolest stuff out there. But any of you that's ever tried to like ship a piece of equipment like that, you understand that that is, oh, I don't know, potentially for what we had shipped, probably tens of thousands of dollars from their location all the way down here. So that was not going to happen. It's just not cost effective. Stephen Cox, being the awesome, incredible guy that he is, was able to get ASCO to like essentially donate the time on two brand new pieces of equipment. These are brand new units, right? With, I think, one had like an hour on it, and the other one had like a half hour or something like that. And that was just, they got loaded up and they got unloaded, you know? So these are brand new, and people were operating these brand new pieces of equipment. And it was just, it went off without a hitch. I mean, just perfect equipment. I cannot say thank you enough to ASCO. And I mean, it's just a solid company. For those of you that don't know, I took my Mahindra tractor to like, it was, it was three separate dealers over a 3 or 4 year period of time to try to get it fixed. No one could fix it. I took it to ASCO. They had it fixed in like 3 days, and they figured out what the problem was. No one could figure out what the problem was. They got it. They figured it out. So it was a stupid problem, but it was a mechanic that knows how to deal with stupid problems, and he just handled it, and it was incredible, man. I was so excited. So these guys. Ah, the Extreme Sandbox is here. What's up, brothers? So yeah, man, it was just awesome. Um, so anyway, ASCO, and that's what I'm talking about now, by the way. ASCO, you know, they're just fantastic, and I'm just really appreciative of them actually like trusting us and also Extreme Sandbox to do this. But when you come with that kind of clout, that background, and that, you know, just that, it, even to build a company like Extreme Sandbox, like people look at it like, okay, well, how does that even happen? Like, how do we do this? There's so many barriers that they have to overcome just to get it operational, and then think about like, okay, so this is really cool. This is something I wanted to do. Now let's see what happens. And there's, man, it just, I don't know. It's just a really, those are the kind of ideas where someone has them, but then they can't make it happen. Like they can't make it come to existence. And this actually happened. Like, freaking incredible idea. So anyway, for those of you that got to enjoy the Extreme Sandbox experience at the festival, um, like that was just a small taste. Go spend a day, take your family out there, and actually get on the equipment. And yeah, man, it'll literally change your life when you learn that you can operate it, which is essentially like a giant robot. It's incredible. So I got a video coming out soon with the stuff that I did with Extreme Sandbox there. It's going to be really fun. But I don't know, man. It's just nuts. And for those of you that haven't, that didn't go to the fest this year and didn't get the opportunity to get on one of the excavators, just right there, Extreme Sandbox. Check out their channel. They are like 4 up, and click on them. Go to the channel and then see what they offer, and go to a location that's close to you instead of going to Disneyland and paying a ridiculous amount of money to stand in lines forever. Take your family here. I'm telling you, like, you can sit in a thing and get swung around, or you can operate like this giant piece of equipment. It's incredible. And don't worry about skill set or level. You don't need any of that. They're going to train you, and it's not as hard as you think it is. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. I would say, honestly, of the event, that was my favorite part. Like just being able to play on the excavators. So anyway, did he change it to BSS? It's B. No, he changed it to BS small engines. Yeah, okay. Because originally it was B small engines, and I think we all kept calling it BS small engines, and so now it is BSS. So now he needs to change it to BSS small engines. Oh, that's great. Yeah, BS small engines. I should be down there here in a few days, by the way, Brandon, and I'll hook back up with you. Things just get so crazy. Oh, And I'm excited about slowing down and taking a break and not being sick anymore. Once again, for those of you just on the feed now, I just got over the flu. Uh, just did the fest, got married, got the flu, and this is like the first thing I've posted on any social media in like at least 5 days. Mm. Grandpa's Farm, what's up, brother? How are you? Mm. The truck ain't gonna fix itself. You get to it, Ivy's Forge. Take it easy. I don't know if you have or not, but you should check out Purgatory Ironworks. Oh yeah, definitely. I think all of us blacksmiths watch him as well. Um, are the Antique Tractor guys open to you hosting next year? Yeah, I think so. Um, it's just it's one of those things where this is a very special place, and when I say special, I mean it is a very special place. It has like 50 years of history on its own. So we're very, very grateful for being a part of this place. And the whole point is to not be a burden to the club, but to be like a help to the club. So the club is a 501c3. It's a charity, and that is one of our charities that the raffle was for. So what we do is we just take in the raffle was actually kind of light this year. It was actually the raffle made more money last year than it did this year, but um, and the the money that we raised for them is actually going back into the blacksmith shop, and we want to do some really cool signage, and we've already laid the groundwork with that power hammer I restored. We laid the groundwork for getting a line shaft set up. So there's about 5 or 6 of us that are going to be involved in this line shaft project, and it's going to be really, really cool, and that's where that's going. So that is a definite. You guys are going to see in my future upcoming videos us actually taking, and I don't know a lot about the line shaft gearing and the ratios and the size of the pulleys for the tools that we're using. So there's going to be a really cool learning curve for me. And that club, it's it's a conglomeration of all that knowledge that exists in Texas. And actually, there's other states that are involved in the club as well, but that's in one place. So just the opportunity to learn from so many men that it just are willing to give that information out. It's just incredible. I'm super excited about it. Like really, really happy to be able to help wherever I can and not be a burden. So that's the goal. Now, an event like that, it does kind of take the toll, but I mean, the people that were there, it wasn't like nothing was damaged. And of course, we carry our own insurance for the event just in case something does happen. Everybody's covered, and someone takes one of the giant excavators and goes rogue. It's not a big deal because we can just fix it, whatever. So anyway, thank you, TedT.org. So if you guys want to help out, and I'll do something soon. I'm going to do something like potentially some kind of way set up that you guys can go and donate that they know that it's coming from the YouTube stuff. So check out their website right now, and maybe what we'll do is a 1 day membership, so you can become a member, and I think it's $30 for your family for a year, and we may do like a one. Or you can do an individual, but we may do a membership push. And it may not be that you'll ever be down there, but these guys are preserving history for generations to come. They literally work for nothing out here on this area. A lot of them are retired and they've been doing this their whole life, and they'll set up a small shop out there and they'll just keep working at it to make sure that your grandkids can come out to this place and see this stuff, like or I'm not even gonna have grandkids, I don't think. Anyway, so that 10 generations from now all this will still be there, and that's something that I think we can all get behind. And $10 or $30, if we do a 1 day thing where we get on there and we all say, okay, even if we're not going to be here, this is a good way for us to provide a little monetary help to the actual club, and what they're doing. I mean, they like the idea so much of this, of the festival, of reaching people, of teaching, that they invited us out there. I mean, that's just an incredible thing. I'm very excited about it. So, um, what we can be Yes, yeah. So you just get your membership. You pay $30 a year, and you'll see, kind of like how that works out. So, um, and you can come to the club meetings. You can, it's essentially like investing yourself into the actual place. So, very very cool. So, and I think it is $30 for a year. I can't remember if that's for family. I don't know. I still haven't got mine. So when I decide to do it, we'll do a drive and we'll try to push as many people over there. And so, am I still talking about rubber mallets? I have no idea. Fix it, restore it. They have a lot of history in Central Texas there. Yes, they do, man. It is incredible. Um, Roy will be there next year. Oh, yeah. Roy's probably going to be helping out. So, what we're doing next year that makes things different is I contact all the YouTubers. Amy does a lot of the behind the work scenes. She's building the website. She's coordinating all the ads, doing a big push. The social media stuff we both kind of mix up on. Amy builds all the shirts and yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to be doing a giveaway. I have some extra shirts left. Bunker branding, awesome shirts, man. I freaking finally got some quality shirts. I'm super excited about it. So yeah, $20 individual, 30 for family. Thank you, Lana. I really appreciate that. BS Small Engines, no worries, brother. I will save you one. And, hey, it's Ray's Garage. Ray's here. Awesome. Okay, so by the way, I love my JK Canvas hat, man. I'm thinking about getting like these hats set up for me. That's a really good hat. I've been wearing it since I got it. I love it. Um, oh, Daniel Crawford. I left mine there. I was very sad. So Daniel, I don't want you to not have yours. Can you send me an email, please? I think Amy's mailing shirts out. I don't know if I'll have the right size or anything because they're slim pickings right now. But and I'm not sure if anyone ran off with yours specifically. But just send me an email, brother. Yeah, we'll try to get you one. I think what I have is a lot of larges. I think we went through all the extra large, and we'll figure it out. And yeah, these are. I mean, there's no other time to get these shirts. Let me show you. Give you a little model tour. And once again, we used Bunker branding for these, and they came out fantastic. So it has all the YouTubers' names on the back, and I'm really really excited. And so if you guys don't know, um, Bunker branding, it's a shirt company that works with YouTubers primarily, and they do really really good stuff. So I think they have a lot of guys over there that do a lot of the shooting stuff, and so I've got something in the works for them as a company to have a little bit of fun and say thank you. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if that works out. But I'm gonna have to employ a couple of. It's secret. I can't tell you. I cannot tell you about it, but it's going to be my thank you because Bunker Branding, they pulled this shirt order off in like 4 days. This leads us back to that whole conversation about how hard these things are to build, these festivals. So what I was saying originally was that all the blacksmithing stuff will be handled by a blacksmith. So he will go out and he will find all the blacksmithing guys and kind of coordinate that. So yeah, Ray says all the 2XLs were gone. They were, and Ray's shoulders require a 2XL because he's built like a freaking tank. It's just huge shoulders, massive shoulders, and good for throwing logs across the world. Anyway, so squirrel. So how ADD I am. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so Christ Centered Ironworks. So he'll more than likely be the guy that's going to be heading up and taking care of everything blacksmithing wise. And these are all thankless jobs, with the exception of I'm very grateful that he would be doing that because this isn't like a for-profit type situation. When we do the fest, we don't make money. Trust me, uh, we we don't. It would be nice to reach a point where we do, but there's a reason that they charge such ridiculous amounts of money for YouTube festivals. But anyway, we're trying to keep it. Um, yes, Catherine, absolutely, all skills. We didn't do like a carpentry class there. That's something we want in the future. Is a carpentry class, but Jimmy DeResta was there and he was bandsawing out all kinds of kids' toys. So kids would just come up and say, "I want a GI Joe," and he would just take a 2x4 and turn it into like a GI Joe. Or I want, a sword. I want a knife. That was a lot of fun. But yes, um, absolutely, carpentry skills, one that will be upped next year. I think um, we had several people talking about various things that they want to bring out. I think it's going to be really, really cool in the future. But once again, now all the machining, going back to like having things compartmentalized, all the machining will be handled by Barzy, Stan Zinkowski from Barzy. He's going to take care of that entire aspect of it. So that'll be out of sight, out of mind for me. I won't have to worry about it. And then Stephen Cox, he'll take care of everything tractor related, and I won't have to worry about that. And then it's just this big thing where the fest is never ever. It's called the Good of the Land Fest because that's how the first year was called. Like the city of Temple wanted to call it that, or the city of Lindale, sorry, wanted to call it that when we decided to have it there, to pull on the YouTube side of things and try to make it work. So we're just keeping the name the same, but the Good of the Land to me is it's always been more 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 of a motto than a channel name. Does that make any sense? Otherwise, I would have just called it me. So I'm not the Good of the Land. We together are the Good of the Land Fest. So that's kind of the thing behind it. So yes, it's not. It's just the name of a festival. It's not mine. It doesn't belong to me. Oh, thank you, Extreme Sandbox says I like it. But it's Extreme Sandbox. It's Stephen Cox. It's Tools for Machines. What's up, brother? Hey, Gary, I've got another project I'm going to be working on soon. It's really fun. You might want to be a part of it. Building something pretty darn cool. So anyway, it's Solid Rock Machine Shop. It's all of us. Oh, Clark Easterling's on here. Hi, Clark. So it's all of us. That's what it is. So we're gonna have it be run by all of us. So it's just an all around thing. We're all just working as one giant team to make it happen, and that's going to be fun. That's going to be real exciting. So it'll certainly be a huge help. And I think it's just going to get bigger and better. And we had New Pioneer Magazine come out and do a shoot on us. It was just crazy. It's so cool to have that out there, and like I said, do a shoot on us. I mean, that's us. That's all of us. It's all the YouTubers. It's all we want to do for the people that were there. And I said this when I was on stage was it's not about us. The show is not about us. It's about you. It's about interacting with the people that are there. It's us saying thank you for watching our videos and thank you for allowing us to even put on an event like this. And your money doesn't go to anyone's pocket. It goes to the hot dogs, or it goes to the insurance it takes for us to be able to let you swing a hammer. It goes to the golf cart rentals. It goes to the 4 police officers that are there for security, which they had a great time because it was the safest place on the planet. So it's pretty cool, man. It's totally unique, and I love it. And we could sell tickets like everyone else does for $150, or some for like $600. That is insane to me. But we don't want to do that because we don't care about making money. We care about hanging out with you guys. So anyway, ticket prices will remain cheap. Um, so yeah, it's only going to get bigger. I think it is, man. When the more people realize what it is, it will. The weird thing about it is we're all YouTubers, and we have a great platform for sharing this. But there's no way we can make YouTube videos like they're mediocre at best because we're doing like I can't restore something for a live audience and then run a show and then make a decent YouTube video. So it's hard for us to tell people how cool it is. So we're working on trying to figure that out, how to make sure that you guys understand how much fun it is and what the emotional experience is at the event and the general feel. Man, it is so much fun. Like I'm running ragged at these events. I am at 10, like just it's just crazy how busy I am, but I'm having so much fun. I love, just I don't know. I do well in stressful situations as far as handling things, but I don't look like I do. A lot of people are like, "Oh, that guy's running around like a crazy person," and I'm not. I'm doing four separate things at one time, and all of them are getting done within 10 minutes, and that's just who I am. Next year, it'll be two things I have to get done because other people are handling them. So, um, yeah. Yes, the good old land is already trademarked. We own it. Thank you very much. So that was a good thing. We own that, and we own Good Old Land Fest too. So, and it's cool the way that it works. It like encompasses this whole weird thing. Wendy Hills, considering you were getting married the next week, thought you did just fine. Thank you. Yeah. What's funny is I didn't even get to think about the wedding until like 3 days after. Like when I came home, I was finally like, okay, now I can start thinking about the wedding. But the reality is, like, for those of you that have met Amy, like, she had the wedding under control. So she built the fest, her part of the fest, and the wedding, and it was incredible. And I just got to enjoy it. And I absolutely love this woman with every inch of me loves her. And so it's just, yeah, it was it was just nothing but a positive experience. I mean, we had so much fun. And she's my best bud. So we like when we hang out, we have a blast. Like I love her personality. She's incredibly funny. I would love to just travel the world with her one day. And I don't know. It's just yeah, it was just such a good thing. So anyway, yep, had an absolute blast. Pulled together a great event. It did, right? It felt more like it didn't feel anything like you were you like you have this expectation of, okay, I'm going to go see this movie, right? And you walk into a crowded theater with a bunch of people you don't know, and you all have this experience together, but you don't know anyone. This was completely different than that. It was completely different than a rock show or any kind of big event. There were people there, but you were it was they were all kindred spirits. So you weren't just hanging out with cool YouTubers, you were hanging out with cool everybody's. Like everyone at this place is someone that you want to have a conversation with. I mean, that's very uniquely weird. Like I did not have one person come up to me that I was like, okay, 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 no, 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 yeah, yeah, okay, well, I'm a little busy, I gotta go. Like I really wanted to just sit there and continue every conversation that I was in. It's just awesome, man. So, uh, you and Amy could travel with A Bomb and Abby. That is awesome. So here, the funny thing is, I was telling Amy, I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna love Abby. Like Abby is so cool, and you always hope that, like, oh man, if my friends' wives get along. But Amy, she's very intelligent. Okay, like she's a very high IQ individual, right? And she's very thoughtful. She's very funny, extremely high sense of humor, and she's a larger than life person. I really love that about her, but that intimidates some people, and so you have to have like an equally smart, equally funny person to like and to really make that work. Otherwise, sometimes there's a little bit of intimidation or whatever, and I never knew because I'm doing my stuff at the event. She's doing her stuff. She comes up. She's like, "Oh my god, I absolutely love Abby. She is so cool." And I was like, "Yes, yes," because Abby, Adam's wife, is like, dude, she's awesome. She's freaking fantastic. So yeah, it was funny. Amy had said something like, I can't remember what it was. She was like, "Well, maybe we could do some kind of this road trip, and maybe Adam and Abby could come along." And I was like, "Cha-ching!" It was pretty perfect. Awesome, man. Hello from Portugal. What's up, brother? Hey, do we have anyone here from Ireland? If you're from Ireland, sound off, Ireland. I'm going to be there soon. Abby doesn't like catfish, though. I'm not a huge I like catfishing, and I like eating the fish that I catch. But I will not go into a restaurant and order catfish. So anyway, hello from Portugal. That is so awesome. I act Irish after 5 p.m. So yeah, guys, I'll be in Ireland next sometime next week. I don't know. I'm doing some shoot. So Wendy Hill did the anvil. Yes. You know what? If you guys give me a quick second, I'll go get the anvil so you guys can see it's staying in its current form. Just give me a second. I'll be right back. All right. Oh, so this is the pattern. Let me get it spun around here. There we go. Isn't that awesome? I was telling you, even the marking showed up. That's a very fine mark, too. So this is how it's going to sit. Just like this. There is sand. I'll probably clean the hardy hole out because there is still sand in the hardy hole. And it's not going to be cleaned up. We don't want it cleaned up because the original pattern is from this thing is heavy. This original pattern is from a long, long time ago. So we're going to leave the sprue and all this stuff on the bottom right there. Isn't that the coolest? So Wendy Hills, right there. You can click on his channel. It says Wendy Hills Foundry. He cast this. This is not aluminum, guys. Clark, what do you think this weighs? My guess is 15, 20 pounds. Just need to run a chisel through the hardy hole. Yep, we'll punch that out. You can see there's a little wire run through there as well. And, really nice, man. Clark, this thing is gorgeous. So I was going to, luckily Andrew got a hold of me because the original plan was to do like 2 of these, I think, and one more. But Andrew really wants this for his collection, and I think that is the best place for it to be in Andrew's collection, man. This deserves to be there. Just cool, man. Absolutely love it. Okay, workout's over. Put it down softly. So if you guys don't follow Blacksmith Tools on Instagram, go check him out. He has the world's largest anvil collection, and he's saving. Some people get all upset. They're like, oh, man, you got all these tools and you're just a hoarder. That's not the case, man. It's a museum. Like you don't get mad at the Smithsonian for like preserving history. Like what Andrew is doing with his own money is insanely good. Like I love it. And so this is going in that collection, and I think that makes me really happy on so many different levels to know that everything we went through to make this happen and that Clark did to make this happen is just incredible. I mean, the amount of work to get a mobile setup going, and I don't know, man, it's just incredible. Based on the small, I'm guessing the anvil is probably 30. Yeah, I think maybe you're right. Like I can't judge weights that well, but it is heavy, guys. Like it is considerably heavy for its size. Like when you see it, you don't expect it to weigh that much. It has got some mass to it. It's beautiful. So, and you can see how clean that is. It's just freaking fantastic. Perfect pour. Beautiful work. So we're all heading over to Clark's. Oh, I think it was in April or May. I can't remember. We're all heading over there, and we're going to be doing like logo pours. He's going to teach us how to do that. And man, awesome. Homemade everything. I'm out. Thanks, brother. It was good seeing you for an hour here on the channel. I will be back down your way pretty soon. I got to pick up Andy Rawls' brother's safe to do a restoration, so I'll keep you posted on when I'm coming through, and we'll go get some Fritzy's barbecue. Um, Everybody say bye to Mark and wish him well. Hope he's feeling good today. It's in March. Okay, cool. I'm super excited about that. And by the way, on your way out, guys, go give Homemade Everything some love. Go check out his channel. Click on his name right there, and you will not be disappointed. Any chance of pouring another one next year? Maybe a different pattern? Absolutely. Hopefully, we'll be lucky enough to where Clark can come back. I think that's the ultimate goal. Like no one, this was one of the coolest things there. So everybody wants this to happen. So we have a pattern already. It got stuck in customs, and Emma from Emma's Spare Room Machine Shop on YouTube, guys, go over there and check it out. Check out her Instagram. She made an incredible pattern, and it's actually, I think, possibly a little bigger than this one too. It is gorgeous, and yeah, had a logo on it and everything. Really, really cool. And it got stuck. It got stuck in customs. So it should be showing up at Windy Hill. It's probably already there. I'm sure it's already there. So maybe what we can do is during that oh, it's trying to show. Oh, YouTube's getting crazy. A forge got stuck. A forge got stuck in customs. Idiotic. Actually, it was just a wooden. It's even worse than that. It was a wooden version of this. So it was the pattern to make an anvil. And yeah, we didn't have it. So hopefully, maybe we can cast that before even next year. But I definitely want to get a casting of that done. And not to mention, that pattern is freaking gorgeous. I love it so much. I can't wait to see it in person. Love it. Clark posted a photo on his Instagram when he finally got it. Okay, cool. I have not been on social media in days, guys. I think what happens is, to be honest, I've never been this way before, but I'm not a private person by any standard. Like, I love hanging out with tons of people, but I just had to. I mean, I was sick too, but I had to take a breath. So, ooh, what do we got here? I don't even know what this is, Ray. It's very interesting. So anyway, yeah, 107 minutes. It's pretty good for 1 hour and 7 minutes. Yeah, wooden mold for an anvil. Oh, you're fine, baby. Amy's here. She's still sick. She's got maybe another half day. So, well, guys, thank you to Evaporust. Thank you to Lincoln Electric, man, for teaching kids how to weld. Like, Lincoln Electric literally just inspired, like, I don't know, 400 children that they can create anything they want out of metal. Thank you. Really appreciate that. And there's so many things I'll miss. I'm gonna put together a video like explaining you guys like who all was beneficial in helping this thing happen and who made it happen. But it was just, once again, it's a conglomerate. It isn't. It's a mass group of individuals that are making it happen, and you can't. There's no one person you can point to say this wouldn't work without them. It was everybody pulling together to make an incredible event. Loved it. All right, well, I'm gonna go. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Thanks everyone on here for sharing them, man. That's what YouTube is. It's an area where we can all learn from each other. And I think that's what makes it so cool. It's why I'm here. It's why I've been here since YouTube was here. And then I decided, well, maybe I'll get on there and do something, and then I can learn. People teach me every day, man. The comment section, I learn more about what I don't know in the comment section. and just interacting with people and watching other videos than I ever have in my life. I've never grown faster, and that's my goal, is to just become better. I've never grown faster than when I've had like this entire group of individuals just exchanging information and teaching, and it's just nuts, man. Surrounding myself with people that are just considerably more knowledgeable than me, and it's an absolute blast, man. It's an absolute blast. I love it. All right, guys, we're going to be signing off. Thank you so much to everyone who attended. Thank you so much to everyone who helped out. And I can't express that enough. It was an absolute positive thing, and I'm blown away at how good it was this year and how right it felt. Like it just felt right. So unique and it's so different. I can't see it going anywhere but up. Just phenomenal. Anyway, love you all. Um, Enjoy Sunday with your family, and I will keep you posted. Once again, I will be in Ireland soon, so any of my Irish buddies want to hang out, have a pint perhaps, I'm all in. So we'll see you there, and I don't feel like I'm forgetting something. Anyway, bye. Yes. End.